How do you play a game with no rules? James Frey and Nils Shelton's new book, Endgame, The Calling, shows us how selected players battle it out to win the game that decides the fate of mankind. Now, to tell us more about this book, we have its author, James Frey, here in the program. Good morning, James.
Hi.
Welcome to Daybreak.
Thank you for having me.
Is it your first time in the Philippines?
It is.
Okay, so welcome, and thanks for waking up early to be here. I know you just arrived a couple of days ago.
My pleasure. I was stoked to come.
James, you've amassed such a large fan base, especially since your book, A Million Little Pieces. And since then, you've moved on to bigger things, one of which is this game, this book, Endgame, The Calling, which is actually a trilogy. But it's more than a book. It's actually an entire interactive project. Now, tell us more about this.
So when I was 10 years old, I read this book called Masquerade, which was a book that had a puzzle in it. And if you could solve the puzzle, you won a $50,000 gold jewel-encrusted rabbit.
Okay.
And I was fascinated with this book and obsessed with it because it was a book that became more than a book. I thought about it everywhere I went. I read every word very carefully, trying to figure out what they meant. And I've thought about it literally ever since then, and always wanted to try to do something like it. So I wrote a book with a puzzle in it. And while I was doing that, I was thinking about how to build the puzzle, and we have these things,
okay,
right?
Yeah.
They're pretty extraordinary devices.
Right.
I have all the world's knowledge at my fingertips at all time with that. I can see a picture of any location on Earth at any given moment with that. I can watch videos, I can go on social media, I can follow you on Twitter or Facebook in a second.
Right.
So I started thinking about how to build a puzzle using the technology at my disposal. And instead of using it for what we use it for, use all those things as storytelling devices. So I wrote a book that has a puzzle that's built on the internet and in the real world. If you're the first person to solve the puzzle, you'll find a key. That key opens a case sitting on the floor of Caesar's Palace in Las Vegas, filled with $500,000 of gold coins.
See, that's the amazing thing. It's not just a book. It's actually like a scavenger hunt for people to find clues, like what you said. They'll find themselves in Vegas someday, opening a chest full of $500,000 worth of gold coins.
Yep. So the first book has a $500,000 prize. The second book will have a $1 million prize, and the third book will have a $1.5 million prize. And at the same time we did that, Google Niantic, which is the gaming company that Google just started, is building a mobile video game of Endgame. So you can read about it, you can solve the puzzles of it, then you can play it on your phone.
Right.
20th Century Fox is making movies.
Coming out with movies as well. When are we going to be seeing this? It's in the works, the movies being...
It's in the works. The script just got finished, so we're going to hopefully start casting soon. It's the producers who made Twilight and Fault in Our Stars and The Maze Runner.
Okay, so we're seeing a preview of the movie actually right now. James, do you actually see some of your fans here in Asia winning this scavenger hunt? I mean, we live so far away. Are you going to give us a clue here?
Legally, I'm not allowed to give clues, but we did design the puzzle so it was language proof and culture proof, so you don't have an advantage if you're from one part of the world or the other. I know $500,000 is a lot of dough in the Philippines. I would be super stoked if somebody from here won it. The fans the fans and readers here are the best in the world. They're so enthusiastic and so into books. It's amazing to be here and interact with them.
Now, this whole interactive project, is it a one-time thing? I mean, I know that before you just used to do books. Now it's this whole experience where you delve into different platforms. Do you see yourself doing this? Is this the new way of reading in the 21st century?
I think so. I mean, it's natural that technology is going to bleed into storytelling. And readers today use all of these things. You use your phone, you watch your TV, you go to movies. And it's natural that stories are going to be told across all platforms. I'm definitely going to be doing more of it, and I think it's absolutely the future.
Well, a lot of kids out there are more into the gaming side of things than actually sitting down and reading a book. What advice do you have for the parents of kids who don't even read anymore, who've forgotten the art of enjoying a book?
Well, that's part of what we're trying to do. We're trying to link things together so that kids who only play video games will read, and kids who only read will play video games. I mean, I do all of them. I play video games, I read books, I watch movies, I have little kids, they do them all. And I think you can get things from all of them. They're not necessarily bad.
Right.
So we're trying to do them all in a linked way so that gamers can read a book, readers can play a game and they can have fun doing all of it.
Right, and you're on Twitter, James Frey, at Twitter, at James Frey, and your characters in the book have Twitter accounts as well. So if you fall in love with a book, you can follow the characters.
We have a YouTube channel. All the characters have their own Twitter and Google Plus accounts. If you tweet to them, they'll tweet back. We're really trying to engage fans in a new way, in a 21st century way.
A lot of fans were texting us asking when your book signing will be. They're excited to see you in person and have your book signed. Can you invite your followers to see you?
So I'm at the National Bookstore in Cebu on Saturday, and I'm at the National Bookstore in Manila on Sunday. I'm really excited to meet readers. We just said we were going to have, I just put on Facebook, we're going to have a contest, so any readers who want to get dressed up in Endgame or Lorien Legacy costumes, whoever has the best costume, we're going to use their name as a character in an upcoming book.
But no gold coins yet, huh?
No gold coins. You solve the puzzle, you can win a whole big stack of them.
Thanks so much for being in the program, James.
Thank you very much for having me.
Again, that was James Frey, one of the authors of fiction book Endgame, The Calling. Another look now at top stories today when Daybreak returns. Keep it right here at 9 TV.